Laura Kiefner, 7 Reed Street, Great Barrington.
Thank you.
I move that the town repeal and rescind the sale of drinking water in single-serve container bylaw and the amendment to chapter 1-5.1 of the non-criminal disposition bylaw that were voted on by the May 7, 2018 annual town meeting under Article 22 of the warrant for that meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Ms. Kiefner, would you like to?
Yes, I would. Thank you. My name is Laura Kiefner. I've been a resident for 45 years and I live at 7 Reed Street. I am not against the environment or kids or the world we live in, as I have been accused of in social media and newspapers. I recycle everything that I can and do not litter. I started this petition after speaking to others and listening to their complaints and concerns, and decided to see if I could get their support for a special town meeting. 337 certified signatures told me yes. The Navy and the cruise lines dump their garbage and waste in the ocean. Almost everything is made up or contains some plastics. Of all things plastics, you chose a water bottle. I walk and ride a lot of the local roads and do not see water bottles, but do see a lot of nip bottles. Why not ban those? By banning water bottles, you are discriminating against water companies by allowing juice and soda and beer companies to put their products in plastic bottles. But yet water is the best thing for you. We need better education on recycling, better marked recycle bins on Main Street or near the grocery stores. I have been told recycling doesn't work. It doesn't if you don't do it. Water bottles in Connecticut, Maine, and New York, to name a few, have deposits on the water bottles. We should also. The water stations that are being proposed are expensive. Last I heard, financing was not in place for them. Who pays for those? The taxpayers? Who maintains them? Our water is metered. Who pays for the water? What if something happens to our water source? What happens to them in the winter? What if they are vandalized? Are they guaranteed to be sanitary? Also, the inconvenience for visitors to look for them. It's hard enough trying to find a parking spot in town, no less find a drinking fountain. Do the residents of Housatonic get one or two, or do they have to come to Great Barrington to get their water? Remember, there are a lot of elderly in our town. Most recently are the problems with the water in Housatonic. Unless you live in Housatonic and are subject to what their water looks and tastes like, do not judge them if you not want water, if they don't want their water bottles banned. Their water is metered also, so the drinking stations still come off the same water main, so who's going to use them? I have a hard time wrapping my mind around the idea that it's okay to ban a bottle of water, but not soda, but not soda or juices, and you be able to buy marijuana. And you can still buy flavored or sparkling water in 32 ounces or less. You're going to ban one, ban them all. With this ban, you're telling people it's okay to go to the grocery store or convenience store and buy sodas or juices or alcohol, but not bottled water, a certain size container. By banning these bottles, you're not stopping people from buying plastic bottles, you're just forcing them to go to other towns. Therefore, taking money away from businesses here and giving it to other towns. I know I'll go elsewhere if I'm forced to. Banning something does not make it go away. You say it's just a certain size water bottle. Some of the larger ones are hard for people to handle. Various organizations, such as down our Little League field, sell bottled water to raise money. At a car show we went to recently, the Boy Scouts were selling bottled water for $1. They made $600. Also available recycle bins, and they were being used. Hospital has water in their vending machines, motels, Subway, McDonald's, gas stations, to name a few. In closing, 2 of the 4 people who started this ban do not live in Great Barrington. May I ask why you chose our town and not your own or some other town? You tried to meet with me to educate me, and you approached the store owner and their place of business to educate them. We do not need education on our environment and how to conduct our business. The only thing you haven't succeeded in doing with this ban is angering and dividing this town.
Thank you. Please do not interrupt the proceedings with instructions. It's just going to drag it out. There are at least a dozen seats, maybe 20 seats here in the front. There are about 6 or 8 over here. There are about a dozen over here on the right. Please fill in. We should have plenty of room now.
How do we know there's voters sitting down?
Because only voters are in here right now. Okay? They're clear at the door. From the other side of the microphone. Please state your name and voting address.
Good evening, Ani Crowfoot, Cottage Street, Housatonic. I am a member of the Environment Committee of Berkshire Women's Action Group. I grew up in the Berkshires. We urge you to vote no on this article to rescind. This bylaw is a cornerstone of the GB on Tap program. We propose a return to tap water using refillable bottles that anyone can fill at new water refill stations around town or at participating merchants. The bylaw. To eliminate sale of non-sparkling, unflavored water in single-use PET plastic bottles, 1 liter or less as of May 1st next year. Ban suspended if an emergency, fire, police, EMS exempt. Town manager or designee will enforce, same fines as plastic bag bylaw. Suspension of bylaw if costs become unreasonable. The bylaw allows the sale of water in glass and cartons and in plastic containers larger than 1 liter. We are beginning with bottles 1 liter and smaller because this is the most popular size sold in the United States. The social and ecological costs of PET plastic are well documented. Our waterways, incineration plants, and landfills are filling with plastic. To marine life of all kinds, plastic looks and smells like food. They die of malnutrition. Fish and shellfish can contain plastic particles, so our food chain is becoming contaminated. New research from the EPA says recycling is not enough. Only 31% of PET plastic is recycled. As the Times recently reported in this article, more of our recyclables go to landfills than ever because China issued an embargo starting January 1st of this year. An executive at our local recycling plant confirmed this, saying, with rising costs and China closing its doors, the bottom is falling out of the recycling industry. Some people think that placing a deposit on water bottles will have an effect. Such a bill was soundly defeated in Massachusetts in 2014. The industry fought it off. This bylaw does not force people to buy sugary drinks. A study at Washington University showed that sales of sugary drinks fell after their bottle ban. Public education changed habits. Water drinkers will stick with water if it's readily available. As habits change, we'll remove thousands of plastic bottles from our waste and recycling stream every year. This bylaw is supported by 43 merchants and organizations, including Guidos and Domains. We extend a huge thanks to you, our 43 supporters. Thank you.
The vote for this is going to be an applaud contest. Bear in mind that it's determined by the vote at the end of it, not by the loudness of the applause. However, enthusiasm is enthusiasm. Next on the pro side. I believe that's, is there no one waiting on the other side? Patrick is waiting. Yes. Thank you.
Patrick Pennell, 154 Main Street. I have a couple of questions. What impact will this bottle bill have on local businesses? And will other people, a lot of people be able to go to other towns, buy the same bottles and bring them back?
At some point you would like someone to answer those questions, I take it?
Yes.
Okay. Next on the con side.
Good evening. I am Wendy Kleiman. I live at South Egremont Road. If each of Great Barrington's 7,000 citizens uses 3 water bottles per week, this amounts to over 1 million bottles per year. This is a conservative estimate that doesn't include the many water bottles discarded by tourists. Some people would like to see a deposit placed on plastic water bottles. Also, many believe that recycling is the way to solve the growing mountain of plastic waste. We need to set the record straight about these 2 issues. On the deposit issue, we know that a 40-cent deposit per bottle has been effective in Europe. It might work here too, but there is virtually no chance of this ever being legislated. In 2014, we couldn't even get a 5-cent deposit passed, caving to the pressure from the bottling industry. 3/4 of Mass voters rejected that ballot question. Regarding recycling, recycling is not the answer. We all wish it were, but publications like National Geographic and Bloomberg News report how recycling is a twofold problem. First, the recycling industry is in economic peril due to the recent China embargo. With far less export value, our plastic waste is increasingly trucked to landfills and incinerators. Second, even a healthy recycling industry cannot keep pace with the increasing tonnage of new PET plastics entering the market daily. And even if they could, recycling does not stop the production of new bottles. It is simply cheaper to produce new PET plastic bottles. Reducing the volume of recyclables here in our town is a worthy goal. In discussions about the economics of our transfer station, town officials say that any reduction of plastic will save money. The town pays to haulers. We urgently need consumer pressure on water bottling companies, but how to create that pressure? Will folks voluntarily stop buying water in single-use plastic bottles? This is highly doubtful. Legislation is necessary. Remember, the resistance to seatbelts, would people have voluntarily worn them had it not been legislated? Now it is a proven safety measure that we all take for granted. We need to stop the damage. We are an environmentally conscious community looking out for future generations. Great Barrington will be a leader in Berkshire County. We urge you to vote no on this rescind. Thank you.
Thank you. I repeat that there are about 2 or 3 dozen seats down here in front. Anybody who's sitting and standing in the aisles or in the edges, there are places to sit. Next on the pro side.
Douglas Stevenson, 351 North Plain Road, Housatonic. I apologize that I don't have a fancy PowerPoint presentation. But I do live in Housatonic. I am connected to the Housatonic water supply. I choose not to consistently drink the water that comes out of my tap due to the odor and the color of it. I find it not palatable to do that. So, for that reason, I choose to buy bottled water. Pardon me for that. For those people who choose not to drink bottled water, I applaud you. I encourage you not to do that if that's what you choose not to do. You're within your right to do that. If there are merchants that choose not to sell bottled water, I applaud them for that too. They're perfectly within their right to do that. I encourage them to continue to do that in the future. But for those merchants that want to sell bottled water, they have a right to do that. For the people that want to buy bottled water, they have a right to do that. We as a society shouldn't be limiting people's rights because people have a right to do what they want to do so long as they're not hurting someone else in the process. It's great to have a PowerPoint presentation that says that they're hurting someone. But are they really? We really don't know that they're hurting someone. Some scientists can suppose that they're hurting someone. That scientist doesn't really know that. So, what are we really doing here? Use your head.
Thank you. Next on the downside.
Good evening. I'm Barbara Barak, Cornwall Drive. These 43 merchants and organizations have given their full support to this bylaw. 8 merchants sell bottled water. 9 provide tap water. The remaining 21 make our town a successful shopping experience. Their support is essential to the success of the water bottle bylaw. We know this bylaw will impact some smaller merchants in town, but we see this bylaw as a merchandising opportunity for the town as a whole. It'll encourage shoppers who feel positively about this change to support our stores and our environment. Participating GB on-tap merchants will be identified in a handy map. Window decals will attract pedestrians into stores where they can obtain water, creating potential for added business. Revenue could be generated by selling filtered water from inexpensive coolers. Merchants can still sell water in glass bottles and paper cartons and in plastic containers larger than 1 liter. They can also refill their water bottles with their own logo and inexpensive GB on tap refillable bottles. Concord enacted the same bylaw 5 years ago with great success and have since installed 13 outside fountains. Their current select board chair says, "We had a look at the problem we're passing on to the next generation. People have adapted, accepted, and moved on to other issues. We want to make a statement to the broader public. It's the wave of the future." An example of how merchants have adapted, one who was initially opposed has since installed this bottle filling station on the outside of this building. We value Berkshire Mountain Spring Water. Fortunately, their business model includes 2 environmentally sound models. One is water bubbler dispensers, and the other is filtered water dispensers that connect to your home plumbing. Kids and parents need to raise money at sporting events. Here are some better options: cookies, teen bottles, power bars, apples, and water sold in cups. Our Environment Committee did not set out to create discord in the community. We hope the town will come together to help protect the environment. We urge you to vote no on this warrant article.
Thank you. Is there another speaker who wishes to speak in favor of the motion? If there are no speakers who wish to speak in favor of the motion, if you wish, would you please come to the microphone and be ready to speak? It will speed things up. This is in favor or opposed?
In favor.
In favor of the motion.
Yes.
Name and address, please.
David Ryle, 85 Christian Hill Road, Great Barrington. I think everybody can agree that polluting the oceans and the landfills is a good idea. This, however, this ban is not going to do anything to reduce the pollution in the oceans. 95% of ocean plastic comes from 10 rivers in this world. 2 in Africa, 2 in India, and 6 in China and Southeast Asia. So our ban here will not do anything for the vast majority of plastic that's being dumped into our oceans. Now, yeah, we should still recycle and reduce what's going into our landfills, no question about it. But at what cost? I'm not hearing anything about the cost to the people in this town, to the businesses in that town. Okay? This is going to result in decreased revenues to businesses. For example, butternut. We sell a bunch of bottled water over there. We don't have the capability of selling glass to bring up the ski slopes. It's a danger. It's just not practical. So if they take away from butternut or any other business $40,000 per business, annualized, it's $120,000 times 100 times 12 big stores in the town equals $1.4 million of lost revenues. That $1.4 million of lost revenues in this town equates to lost jobs. Divide that by $30,000 and you got a lot of lost jobs in this town. Okay? That same $1.4 million earned by those people will then turn around and be spent at all the stores in this town and the economy. Now, the economy's nice and robust and great right now. But soon enough, we're going to have an economic downturn, and we're going to want those jobs, and we're going to want that money being pumped into our local economy. Hey, great. Reduce pollution, increase recycling, but not on the backs of the workers in this town or the businesses. Thank you.
There are still 2 dozen seats down here for those who are standing around. Next speaker in opposition.
My name is Matt Masiero. I'm a non-voter here. I live in Richmond, Mass.
Sit down.
He's been given permission to speak.
But not until the registered voters.
I feel like I'm at a Trump rally.
You said at the beginning of
Well, I did say, there you go. Oh, no, I'm sorry, sir. I did ask the Great Barrington Sir, I did ask the Great Barrington voters to be first in line. If there are no other Great Barrington
I was
voters-
just instructed to come over and stand in line.
No, in my instructions, I asked the Great Barrington voters to be first in line. Okay? If there's a Great Barrington voter in line behind you, would you please? Thank you.
Yes, good evening. Hi, my name is Ben Barrett. I'm at 35 Locust Hill Road, Great Barrington. The anti-plastic movement is gaining traction worldwide. Anyone who doesn't acknowledge that fact is living in an alternative state. Great Barrington's forward-thinking decision about a ban of single-use water bottles is just another example of this movement. I'm proud to be leading rather than following. We need to rethink every decision we make about the use of this insidious material. We are naive about the term away. We think we just throw something away. Let me tell you folks, there is no away. Here's a copy of National Geographic, which was shown up on the screen a few minutes ago. If you have the stomach to read it, I encourage you to do so. It is unbelievable what we're doing to our planet. 2,000 years from now, if our species is even still alive then, archaeologists are going to dig up our landfills and they're going to find the precious material that we used in oil to make plastic. It's insane. Think about Rosa Parks. Movements start with one voice, and one voice of Great Barrington has spoken. Please vote tonight for a no. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker in favor of the motion.
I'm not speaking for the motion or against. I want to call, I'm Carol Deal from Housatonic. I want to call for a secret ballot due to the divisive nature of this issue.
Motion has been made for a secret ballot on the main motion. There is made and seconded. Is there any debate, please? Is there any debate on this incidental motion about how we're going to vote? No. Seeing none, this calls for a majority vote. All those in favor of a secret ballot on the main motion, please raise your cards. All those opposed? Motion carries. We will vote on the main motion by secret ballot.
Thank
when
you.
the time comes. Now, debate will now resume on the main motion. And I believe we are due for a speaker in favor of the main motion.
Valerie Loper, 231 North Plain Road. I'm a little confused. I'm here to support repealing this ban. This ban, I'm really not trying to be condemnatory or to devalue the work, the commitment, and the concern of all of those people that realize we have an enormous problem. Absolutely enormous, beyond what anyone really can comprehend. So you bring out your pictures and you bring out your statistics. A parade of horribles is not really going to come to a satisfactory resolution of this problem. It divides us. This ban defeats its own purpose. I believe in what you all believe in, but the way you're going about it is really a little bit absurd. It's telling me that as a citizen of this community who is actually very committed to the betterment of our environment, that I know nothing about how to conduct myself. I have to be told by a government agency that I can't have access to water? People, it's a life necessity, it's guaranteed. As a citizen of this country, I am guaranteed the right to life. As a person who holds water to many gardens, I know it's a necessity of life. As a person who, falls down with water dehydration in the middle of the hot sun, it's a necessity of life. Yes, I come prepared. I carry my water. I prepare for these kinds of things, but there are times when you cannot. This ban targets such a minimal part of our plastic pollution that is almost absurd. The voters of Massachusetts have talked about this. You may not agree with what they voted, but as a Commonwealth, we already said no deposits on water bottles. It may be time, I actually believe it is past time, to rethink that. We don't throw away what we have to pay for. And I'm sorry, hidden costs don't help with this problem. This is, in a way, it's an end run around what the voters of the Commonwealth already voted on. So I'm sorry, I can't support that kind of process. It's time to decide on all our plastic containers what separates a water bottle from food containers. It's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope.
In conclusion?
In conclusion, I'm opposed to spot zoning. I don't think it solves problems. I am also in favor of a woman being able to breastfeed her child in public and not have some government agency say she can't do it because they don't like the container.
The next speaker on the opposed to the motion, please come to the microphone.
A little levity anyway.
Julie Berger, Brush Hill Road. I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I am a permaculture designer by training. So those of you who don't know what permaculture design is, it's a sustainable design school. I actually spent my 20s traveling around the world, living in different communities that deal with cooperative living, low impact living, and environmentalism. I'm also somebody in this community who lives with a handicap. That came upon me pretty suddenly, and it gets increasingly worse with time. So I'm here not just for myself, but the many differently able people of this community who cannot be here tonight because of their limited abilities. A few years ago, because of the motor issues in my hand, I had to stop using reusable water bottles because I do not have the strength to clean them safely. I tried alternatives. I tried glass. I like the mason jars, they're pretty, but I dropped them. And the same thing goes for large containers. So the best option for me, even though it goes against my ultimate value system, has been single-use containers. That's been hard for me, but it's what I need to get out of the house and be able to enjoy activities like everyone else in this community. So when the water bottle ban went through, which is obviously we all want to live in a healthy and clean planet, I thought to myself, well, this is happening all over the place. There's got to be something structurally that's going on to make up for the needs of handicap in the communities that have banned bottles. And like I said, I'm a permaculture designer, which is a systems design system. Excuse me, I didn't practice this too much. And systems design means you're looking not at just at policy, but all of the interconnectedness of environment, people, policy, and structures in place on the ground. And it turns out in my research that every community that banned bottles didn't just ban bottles. They proactively came in with different infrastructure and community systems to make sure that the most vulnerable members of their communities still had access at all points during their day and throughout the town. Concord is one town that I looked at. And like we mentioned, over a dozen handicap-accessible water fountains were put in place throughout the community, as well as other access points for water during the winter months. The other really interesting difference with Concord is that when they banned bottles that some of us with medical needs rely upon in this current reality, they're in a really different situation than we're in. We're a rural community. Our closest shopping points are 20 and 30 minutes up the road. Concord's closest communities were 5 minutes away. Similarly, San Francisco did not have a full ban. San Francisco is using a different system, a partial ban, proactively bringing in communal use instead of individual use, testing those infrastructures and making sure they work for the community and shifting it over time. So I am advocating that we bring in the systems, make sure that they are financed, make sure that they're accessible all the way from Clear T to CHP throughout our entire community. Make sure those work before a full ban comes through. Because everybody in this room is one car accident, one work accident, or one medical diagnosis away from having these same needs.
Thank you very much. The next speaker opposed to the motion. I'm sorry, for the motion, for the motion. For the motion, yes.
Hello, my name's Emily Fady. I'm at 17 Hart Street in Housatonic. I did not plan on getting up and speaking this evening, but it's a lot of information being thrown at you. I'm 5th generation in this town. Never in my life has someone told me what I can and cannot drink out of. I am an adult. I am educated. You should trust in me enough to make the right decision. If you want to be more proactive and more environmentally sound, where are the other ideas? Where is speaking with local sculpture artists to do something with our littered plastic water bottles? Where are the local litter cleanup groups once a month that meet in a different area and go and do something? Give it to the schools to make Mother's Day bracelets and flower vases, you know? Think outside the box before you tell somebody, you can't do this, you can't do that, I won't let you do this, and it's not okay for you to drink a bottle of water. Just have to think about the bigger picture. It's not about whose side you're on, if you love nature, if you love this or that. It's water. I understand, but if you're worried about the container, let's find a better solution of what to do with that empty container. If you don't want to throw it away, you don't have to. Make your mom a bracelet that she'll hold on to for the next 40 years. That's it.
Thank you. I confused myself by the lines in the wrong place. I believe I now owe 2 speakers against the motion. Make an address, please.
Maggie Bono, I live on 30 Green Street. I take care of my mom who's disabled. She has been for the last 20 plus years. She has MS. And we found that really the only way to do anything out is to have a reusable water bottle, or a plastic single-use water bottle. She cannot open reusable water bottle. She doesn't have the strength. She's had a stroke. I do most things for her. So to take away this is just going to drastically make her life harder, my life harder. If she's home alone and can't drink water, that seems very unfair to me. And it seems like the people in the town are kind of, not taking the disabled or the elderly or any of the other people in the community. They're not considering them at all. So I wish that this would not happen and we could vote yes to repeal.
Thank you. Questions? A motion to call the question must be made from the microphone as a regular motion. The next speaker who is against the motion on the floor, please.
Good evening. My name is Jennifer Clark, Oak Street. Our Environment Committee has created the GB Untapped program, which will enable merchants to get recognition and business for selling water sustainably. Here are the specifics. We'll provide quality, inexpensive, refillable bottles to resell, a map of participating merchants, identifying decals on merchant windows, and water refill stations around town. Our plan is to install the first refill stations by May 1 of next year. Town officials have been helpful in planning the water refill stations, which are used nationwide. They dispense filtered water and they are accessible and hygienic. Private grants and donations will be the first avenue for funding. The town will set up a water filling station fund for tax-deductible contributions. Our DPW will maintain the equipment. The stations will be shut down in winter, but GB on Tap merchants will be a good source for water year-round. Our Board of Health approves the spirit of this bylaw. We hope other citizens will begin initiatives to curb the use of plastic straws and other single-use plastic products. Great Barrington will join a global movement, 2 townwide bans, including Concord and Sudbury, 18 bans on municipal properties, including Los Angeles and San Francisco, 90 universities and colleges, including Harvard and Brandeis, many parks, zoos, and hospitals. GB on Tap is modeled after a successful program started in Concord in 2013. Most of their 13 refill stations were purchased with grant money, CPC funds, and private donations. Concord's DPW says that in their first year of the bylaw, their non-paper recyclables saw a reduction of 23 tons. Based on that figure, we estimate that 40,000 plastic bottles were eliminated from their waste stream in 1 year. Here in Great Barrington, there are 6 public drinking fountains, but most are not located downtown and certainly need updating. Some people recognize the enormity of the problem and think this bylaw won't make a dent. But more than 1 million plastic bottles are discarded in GB each year. This bylaw is a beginning. Our plastic bag bylaw encouraged other Massachusetts towns to follow suit. Our actions now will have a ripple effect. By upholding this bylaw, we will take an important step toward helping the environment. Thank you.
I see my idea of having one line for pro and one line for con seems to have dissolved. I believe, however, because I've got improvised now, the con side is only one more speaker. The next speaker who is opposed to the motion, please.
My name is Dana Dapolito, 12 Berkshire Heights Road. I've listened very carefully to both sides of this argument, discussion. I prefer to think of it as a discussion. And I sympathize with people with difficulties with handicaps. I worked with children with cerebral palsy for 30 years. However, I find it very difficult to believe that intelligent, caring people in Great Barrington cannot do something to make exemptions for people with handicaps, such as a handicap sticker that goes on a car and gives them a special parking place. I'm also hearing the government can't tell me what to do, can't tell me where to drink, can't tell me where to go. Well, that's a tad naive. I don't know about you, but my federal government, my state government, and my town government tell me a lot of things that I can do, that I can't do, that I must do, that I won't do. We have, the way I see it, it boils down to 2 choices. This is a worldwide movement, and it is a terrible, terrible problem. Now, we can be forward-thinking, we can save the millions of plastic bottles that are discarded in Great Barrington a year. We can do it of our own volition with the community pulling together to do the right thing. Or we can wait until the state tells us we have to do it, or the federal government tells us we have to do it. Because down the line, someone's going to tell us we have to do it. I'd rather do it myself. That would be my preference. Thank you.
The next speaker who is in favor of the motion that is in favor of repeal.
Charlie Plunges, Stevens Drive. I'd like to make a motion as moderator to call the question.
Motion has been made and seconded to call the question. This requires a 2/3
Moderator,
majority.
you just jumped the line. That is not appropriate.
He was for no strike. He was sitting down and
Called the motion, I stood up, and then he got in line and jumped ahead.
The motion is properly before the House. It does not mean that the House has to adopt it. This requires a 2/3 vote. I point out, although it's not debatable, that there are about 8 or 9 people waiting to speak. All those in favor, please raise your card. All those opposed, raise your cards. It fails of a 2/3 vote, we'll continue its debate. Are there 7 people who would like to have an actual hand count taken? Yes. Okay, under state law, we'll do an actual hand count. All those in favor of the motion to call the question and go to a vote, raise your cards. Tellers, please count the votes.
Everybody in the room, come on.
Wait for the tellers, please.
Everybody in the room, come on, Michael.
George Beebe. Moderator, I would like to point out that you have an organized line here, and that gentleman jumped ahead. This may not be open debate, but he made the motion in proper order. He did not make it in proper order. He was out of order.
I appreciate your concern, Mr. Farina. I tried what I could, but there is nothing that is free of gain. Are the tellers in the room? Tellers are counting or not. Please raise your hands if you wish to cut off debate at this point and move to a motion, to vote on the main motion. Please keep your cards up until the tellers are finished. Okay. All those who are opposed to the motion to call the question and debate, please raise your cards. Keep them up to be counted. Are the tellers finished? This will take a moment now. We have to do the total. You may rise and stretch for a second. Given the circumstances, we can't move on to the next thing. Get ready. When we do get to vote, if this motion passes, we'll be using the red ballots.
Michael, can you remind people again of what the yes or no means? Can you remind people yes or no what it means again? It needs to be a lot of yes.
I think it's an amendment. It would be an amendment to the motion. So it could be that somebody will, after they pass this motion, somebody could move to amend the motion that was passed to what Ed suggested. I think that's the way we do it.
So first it has to, the band has to be upheld. And then
I think that's the way it works. I'm not sure.
I like that. I like that idea.
Yeah. this idea too. Yeah, it is very, very sensible. Very level-headed.
As I get older, I like conflict.
I know. Oh. These times are brutal. Right.
I get along with my dog.
The dog doesn't like to talk politics.
She's a libertarian. That's the one part of me that is against libertarian.
Yes.
So enough they tell me I can't smoke the rest.
Motion to call the question has in fact passed by 2/3 majority, will therefore now move to.
Mr. Moderator, I'd like to move to reconsider that vote, and I'd like further explanation of why that's
I'm going to consult my authority here. That motion may not be reconsidered. Sorry.
There's a 17-year-old girl over here who feels that this is also unfair.
We'll now proceed to vote on the main motion. Bear in mind, the vote yes is a vote to repeal the bylaw, a vote no retains the bylaw. Please go to the ballot boxes, which are